Have you ever noticed the more real you are with someone, the more chill they act? Like you're showing up honestly, trying to build something genuine, and they're just unbothered. No reaction, no urgency, no depth. And it messes with your head because you start thinking, did I do too much? Was I too available? Should I have cared less? But what if it was never about you being too much? There was this girl, Emily. She wasn't complicated. She didn't believe in playing games or pretending not to care. If she liked you, you'd feel it. Not in an overwhelming way, just in the small things. The way she remembered what you said, the way she checked in, the way she made space for you in her day. She didn't believe in acting cool. She believed in being real. And then she met Jake. Jake had this calm energy, the kind that makes you feel comfortable without trying too hard. He was funny, easygoing, the type of person who made conversations feel effortless. And for the first time in a while, Emily felt something click. It started simple, late-night FaceTimes that stretched longer than planned, random conversations about nothing that somehow felt like everything. Inside jokes, shared playlists, that quiet, unspoken feeling like this could turn into something real. And so, Emily did what she always does. She showed up. She paid attention. She remembered how he liked his coffee. She noticed when his tone felt off. She'd send him things that reminded her of him. Not because she was trying to impress him, but because that's just how she cared. Naturally, effortlessly. But then, slowly, something changed. At first, it was subtle. Replies took a little longer, texts got a little shorter, the energy slightly off. Nothing obvious, nothing you could clearly point at, but enough to feel. And Emily felt it. That shift, that invisible distance that creeps in without explanation. So she tried to understand it. She gave him space, didn't double text, didn't question too much. But the more she adjusted, the more distant he became. And that's when the overthinking started. Was I too available? Did I make it too easy? Maybe I should have acted less interested. So she tried something different. She pulled back, matched his energy, took longer to reply, acted like she didn't care as much. But it felt wrong, forced, like she was slowly becoming someone she didn't recognize. Because the truth was, she did care. And pretending she didn't felt like lying to herself. One night, after rereading their old conversations, she noticed something. Back when things felt easy, she wasn't holding back. She wasn't calculating her responses. She wasn't trying to seem less interested. She was just being herself. And somehow, that version of her was the one he slowly pulled away from. And that's when it hit her. Maybe she wasn't too much. Maybe he just wasn't ready for something that real. Because here's the thing no one really talks about. When you're genuine with someone, you're not just being nice. You're being emotionally open. You're removing the usual layers people hide behind. And for a lot of people, that's uncomfortable. Not because they don't like you, but because your openness forces them to confront their own. And if they're not ready for that, they pull back. They act chill, detached, nonchalant. Because being nonchalant is safe. It keeps things light, low risk, low effort, no expectations, no pressure, no vulnerability, and most importantly, no chance of getting hurt. There's also something else. In today's world, the person who seems to care less often feels like they have more control. So when you show genuine interest, some people subconsciously step back just to feel like they're not the one losing power. But here's the truth Emily realized. Genuine people aren't too much. They're just rare. And rare things aren't always understood right away. Emily didn't change after that. She didn't become cold. She didn't start playing games. She just became more aware. She stopped shrinking herself to fit someone else's comfort zone. Because she understood something most people don't. People don't respond to your genuineness based on how real or valuable it is.
They respond based on their capacity to handle it. So if someone acts like they don't care, don't be so quick to blame yourself. It doesn't always mean you were too much. Sometimes you just showed a level of real they weren't ready for.